we're back with Eric Rojas.
Well,
who are you affiliated with, by the way?
Well,
I'm
a realtor with Chicago Home Estates, boutique brokerage out of Lincoln Park. 916 West Diversey is our office. Got about 20 agents, some top producers in the city there. It's a great place to work. It's a family atmosphere. So we're standing again in North Ravenswood. This is a particularly great spot, I think, of development, a great location. Obviously, we're looking at some single-family homes that are being built. 3 are under contract already. The minimum to get into one of these homes was $950. I think the corner unit here sold for quite a bit more than that. We're talking well over $1 million for the corner.
And it's 3 out of 5, really.
Yeah, 3 out of 5 under contract. And they've basically been marketed for maybe 3 or 4 months. Probably started writing about this project about 3 or 4 months ago, and signs went up, and we got 3 under contract already. So when we turn around here, we're looking at an existing townhome development as we pan over. This was built, I think, a good, I want to say 7 or 8 years ago. They remain a very popular buy in the neighborhood. We're about 3 blocks away from the Ravenswood Metro line here, so quite a few of the people, obviously, that live here walk right over to that line and work downtown. It's a courtyard setup. A townhome here is about 2 beds, 2.5 baths. You'll get a family room and a loft. They start at about $459 resale. Many have sold well over $500. Garage parking included too.
Original prices, do you recall?
You know, 7, 8 years ago, I'm not sure. Yeah, okay. I know it was somewhere, it was in the lower 3s actually. So if you bought originally, you stand a good chance of making $200,000 on it.
This is not an area that's dripping in product either, is it?
Well,
it's low enough density that
it is lower density than again some of the hotter named neighborhoods. Even Lincoln Square's like that as far as condos go, townhomes. But you do see more and more conversions. When we look to the east here, there's a 16-unit building that converted 2 years ago that sold out in the first 30 days because the proximity to transportation in Andersonville, which is just east. We have another, I think, a 30-unit conversion right across the street at what would be Winnemac and Hermitage down there. Across Ravenswood here, you start seeing the converted industrial buildings with plenty of loft condos. So there is lots of options, but again, I guess in comparison, lower density than the Lakeviews and Lincoln Parks.
Who's bleeding? Who's hurting? Where can I get a deal?
Well, to me, the deals, I guess, would be if you can find a single-family home in the area of Ravenswood for around $700 or less that you can move into and actually live there, buy it. I think it's a great deal. Condos, it's up in the air. It's kind of hard to say what's the deal anymore. It depends on your circumstance. You know, are you going to raise a family here? You just need a 1-bedroom. I think when my buyers come to me, or when I meet some clients and they want to spend $250, they're young, they're working, they just want to buy their first condo. I bring them over here first, almost exclusively. So
where else would you take them if they didn't want Ravenswood?
Maybe we'd go a little west to Albany Park. I think that's if it's an under $300,000 buyer, we definitely have to look in Albany Park, which is the neighborhood directly west of here.
But you're not taking them to Edgewater, and you're not taking them to Rogers Park.
I think it gets. Actually, I've had lots of sales in Rogers Park, so yes, I have. Edgewater, maybe less so. A lot of the units there tend to be older, at higher assessments, that sort of thing. Edgewater is a tough one. Some pretty real estate by the lake, though, but
different density level.
Absolutely, yeah. It's just my experience. My buyer's total anecdotal. You know, I'm sure there is actually. I have a few favorite buildings in Edgewater that if someone who's under $300,000, I do introduce them to. But I think the key is people want the shorter commute to downtown, and the transportation options. And if you start going farther north, it gets a little longer. So if you have 300,000 and don't want to be that far north, it's usually Ravenswood area, Andersonville a little bit, and Albany Park is a good pick.
We have some folks on YoChicago who believe that stuff has to come down in price. Is there anything that does have to come down in price around here?
In this area, I think they're still trying to push single-family home prices, I think, pretty hard in the new construction and new conversion. You know, come down in price. I could see that happening a little bit for the new stuff. Resales, I think, are still strong. If you bought anywhere in the last few years in Ravenswood, I think you're fine. I don't think anybody's losing any money here. Condo conversions are selling at their asking prices from developers, so I think you have more of a discerning buyer. They're taking a little longer to make purchases, which is, you know, perfectly fine and understandable. But for good product, there is high demand. You do have a little face-off of sellers sticking to their prices and buyers trying to get a bargain. But those buyers, they want to get something, but everyone's holding out a little longer. So interesting. I mean, obviously we don't have the absorption rate. There's a lot of units out there that you might have had 2 or 3 years ago. But again, on a personal level, I get more inquiries on the internet. I get more inquiries through our websites. I meet people at open houses like I used to. So status quo for me.
Thanks, Eric.
You got it.